think Mary Shelley made the mould from which all other mad scientists were sort of poured, and that's sort of all right. That works, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Thanks. And I think that it's really exciting to go back to the original sort of guy and explore him and give him some depth and all that. But that energy was something that it was in the script definitely, and I wanted to go for that as much as possible, so that it wasn't just he's a mad doctor, he's actually at times manic. And it's not just because he's mad because he's mad, he's got so much to do in his life, he's got so much happening, he's got so much going on inside his brain that he's almost only able to operate at this higher level than most people intellectually, because his body is working so fast and his mind is working so fast that it's almost like he's going to burn up, you know. And that was something that I had fun doing.
There is a story that everyone kind of knows or thinks they know or knows parts of, but like Igor's not in the book, but it's something that people associate him with because of the films. And there's lots of things like that I think Max has tried to kind of take all of those myths and find a story where they all can kind of come together and work in one story. So he's tried to sort of make sense of all the various things that people think they know about the Frankenstein story and blend them together. And it's a lot of fun. And it's sort of told a little bit from sort of Igor's perspective of the Doctor, which is, I suppose, kind of the new angle on it. But yeah, and I don't think it's you know, it's not as much horror as like the classic Frankenstein movies, but there's lots of horror elements, and it's good adventure film.
My laboratory, which was like downstairs from my already amazing apartment that was created in a studio, but the laboratory was actually, once you go down the stairs, was a real sewage works out in out somewhere in the east of London, which was the original Victorian sewer works that sort of cleaned up the whole of the city and got all the sewage going through the sewers, and but it still stank of poo. And so my high-tech laboratory where I create my homunculi was in a house.
Yeah.
Literally,
yes.
Literally in a beautiful Victorian house.
A very famous one where people used to come for miles around.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a tourist attraction.
Honestly, it is stunning. This place is stunning. It's like if you were going to make a dunny, like trust the Victorians to make a beautiful one, with incredible iron wrought sort of machines and things. It's incredible.
I like, you know, being physical and sort of, you know, using my body and contorting it and, you know, being weird, and I love being weird, and then and there was something really fun and challenging about seeing if you can like track a sort of emotional journey and story through somebody's physical development, and there was also something lovely about knowing that I only had to do the physicality at the beginning for like 20 pages of the script, so that then I could really sort of go for it and make it something that was, you know, really painful looking and being, and yeah, so it was I enjoyed that aspect of it, and it's you know, there's a long time since kind of this is the first movie with like proper kind of big action sequences that I've done since Potter, so it was very nice to like get back into some of that stuff and get to do kind of,
it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, just like you don't get to do it on every movie. Like when you sort of you kid yourself that when you're doing like some nice little, you know, indie talky film, you can say, oh, I don't miss that, this is lovely. But then suddenly when you're like getting back on a wire and getting thrown over something, it's like, oh, this is great.